Okay, let's look at number 12. Refer to the pie chart. The number of people in the household, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 or more, right? And the associated percentages are given. In a recent census, the state of Georgia had a population of approximately 5.1 million household. Approximate how many households had four or less? So four or less means you have to look at these four. Okay, look at these four. That means the percentage we need to find out for these all four regions. Simply add them. So which is 16 percentage plus 19 percentage plus 31 percentage and then 23 percentage. Simply add them. So when you add, this is 35, 66, and 89 percentage, right? That means 89 percentage of the entire population will be covered these four regions. Therefore, number of households for this particular region, the number of households for this region is simply 89 percentage of the entire population, which is 51,20,000. So you just simply calculate 89 percentage is that is 0.89. So you need to multiply that with this number 51,20,000. Okay, find out this number. So this should be 455, 6,800. In another word, 4.56 million. Okay, this number 12. So number 13. Here is the sample of a golf scores for Gary Potter. So it's given some data values. Use these data values to find the mean, median, standard deviation, and so on. So you could use the calculator to do this problem. So let us feed these values into our calculator. So I'm on this calculator and go to edit and number one L1. So clear those things and let us clear those first. Okay, now I'm going to enter these data values. So my first value is 89, 90, 87, 95, 86, 81, 109, and 105. Okay, so I have entered all the data values. Now let us summarize the data. Let us get the summary of this data set. So go to stats and calc and the number one. Okay, simply enter that. Okay, these are the data summary you are getting. So X bar mean is 92.08, and you will get minimum and Q1 median and all the values. So let us copy down these values here. So that means first one mean. So mean is we got 92.8, and the second one median, that is Q2, right? So if you look at the calculator answer, that is 89.5, and see the standard deviation. Remember, we are getting samples, so therefore sample standard deviation, right? Standard deviation, but for the sample is simply SX from your calculator. So that is 9.7, two decimal place or one decimal place. Sorry. Now, part D, find the five number summary. So let us write down. So if you look at your calculator answer, we got the minimum. So the minimum among these data values is 81, and the Q1, the first quartile is 86.5, and Q2 simply that is my median, so that is 89.5, and Q3 I got 100, right? And the maximum of this data set is 109. So this is my five number summary. So once we have five number summary, then we should be able to draw the box plot. Okay, they are asking us to draw a box plot. So, but anyway, I'm going to use the calculator to draw the box plot. So we have already entered all the data values into the calculator. Only thing is now you have to set the window. So my minimum value is 81, therefore I'm making here 70 to cover the minimum value. Then the maximum value I'm putting 120, no problem, because my maximum value for this problem is 109. So this value will cover that. And let it be 10 here and remaining all default. Okay. Now this is my window setup. After setting window, quit from these uh, numbers, and I'm just quitting this. Okay, now you need to go to step plots. So you need to go to step plot, and the number one. So I'm choosing now. Sorry, number one. I'm choosing into fourth one because that is box plot, and enter that. So yes, we are in now box plot. So go back here. Okay, that's it. Now graph it. So you get the box plot. Okay. So now copy down the box plot here. That means my box plot is the right side. You have a little bit lengthier than the left. And so this is my minimum. So minimum answer we got 81, and this is my Q1. So that is 86.5. So this is my Q2, that is 89.5, and this is my Q3, that is Q3 is 100. Okay, and my maximum value is 109. So like that, plot all the values into your box plot. That's it. So now this is my box plot. Okay. Now for the problem 14 is similar problem. So let me do that also. So now you have to enter these data values into your calculator. So go to stats, edit, enter. Okay, first clear these values. Okay, then let us enter these values now for the 14. So that is 70, 50, 80, 12, 90, 50, 100, 95, and 77, right? Enter all the data values. Okay, now again find the summary of this data set. Go to calc number one. Okay, so my x bar mean is 69.3 and the minimum 12, Q1 50, median Q2 is 77, Q3 92.5, and maximum 100. So let us copy down the answer. Therefore, my mean, so my mean 69.3 and the median Q2 is 77, and standard deviation which is SX in your calculator, which is 27.9, and the 5 number summary. So minimum, what is the minimum value of my data set? Yes, I have 12. Then Q1, the first quarter, which is 50, and Q2 median, of course, I got 77, and Q3 I got 92.5, and the maximum I got 100, right, for this data value. 100 is the highest value. Okay. Okay. Then let us throw the box plot. So again, you need to go to window and set. My minimum is now 12, so let me put here 10. The maximum I'm keeping 120. Scale 10. Remaining all I'm keeping as it is. So therefore, graph it. This is my box plot. Okay. So now this left side is little bit lengthier than the right side. So this side is now lengthier than this side. Okay. So now this is my minimum point. So minimum is 12. So this is my Q1. I got 50. This point is my Q2 median, that is 77, and this is my Q3, which is 92.5, and this is my maximum point, which is I got 100. Okay, so my box plot for this problem is this. Okay, so now let's look at 15. 15. If a distribution has a mean of 78 and standard deviation of 5, to what z-score does the row score 87 correspond? So that's basically asking us to find z-score. The formula for the z-score, that is x bar x minus mu over sigma, right? So this is mean, this is standard deviation of the data. Okay, the data value is x, that is my data value, right? So it is given in the problem, which is data value is 87. It is 87. The mean for the problem mu is 78 given, over the standard deviation is 5. Simply plugging this value and simplify. Okay, so 87 minus 78 over 5. So you should get 1.8. Okay. Okay, number 16. Find the x and y intercept for the following linear equation. Okay, so let us find x and y intercept for this first problem. Okay, the given equation is now 2x plus 3y, which is 6. So to find x-intercept, simply you have to set y0 from the equation and find for x values. So you set y0, then you will get 2x plus 3 times 0, and that is 6. So this is 0. So then you will get 2x is 6, and therefore x is 6 over 2. That is 3, right? Therefore x-intercept is 3, 0. So you have right in coordinate form, right? Okay, so then find y-intercept. So you need to set x0 from the original equation. Set x0, so you will get 2 times 0 plus 3y should be 6. So this is 0. I'm solving for a y, so therefore 3y is 6 and y is 6 over 3. That is 2. Therefore, in coordinate form, the y-intercept is 0, 2. Okay. Okay. So now for part B, the given formula is negative 4x plus 8y, that is 11. So let us find first x-intercept. Set y0, and that means that is 4x plus 8 times 0, which is 0. Therefore, negative 4x is 11. So divide by negative 4 both sides. So x is negative 11 over 4. Therefore, the intercept is negative 11 over 4, 0. That is my x-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, I'm setting again x0. So if x is 0, you will get negative 4 times 0 plus 8y. So it should be 11. Now this is 0, therefore 8y is 11. So divide by 8 both sides, you will get y is 11 over 8. Therefore, y-intercept is 0, 11 over 8, right? 0, 11 over 8. Okay. So that is problem number 16. Okay, so problem number 17. Find a linear equation whose graph passes through the given 2 points. Okay, so recall the formula for the um, straight line which passes through 2 points. So we have the formula y minus y1 is equal to the slope m times x minus x1. So here x1, y1 are the coordinates of the given one of the points. Okay, so first of all, you need to find the slope. Remember the formula for the slope. If you are given 2 points, that is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is my, call this as x1 and call this as your y1. This is my x2 and this is my y2. So if you use this formula, then what is my slope? y2 minus y1, negative 2 minus 5 over x2 minus x1, which is 4 minus 3, so that is negative 7, right? Which is negative 7. That is my slope. So therefore, if you plug in that value, so you'll get y minus y1. My y1 is now 5, right? So slope is m is negative 7, and x minus my x1 is 3. So that is y minus 5 distribute inside with negative 7 both number. Simply multiply these two. Negative 7x minus into minus plus 21. So now add both sides plus 5. So this will be cancelled. So y is equal negative 7x and plus 26. So this is the equation of the straight line which passes through these 2 points. Okay. So now part B. Again, part B. Oh, now for part B, you are asked to find the linear equation, but now you know only 1 point, right? And the slope. Slope is already given, little m we know, so no problem. So again, I am using the same formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So my x1 is now 5 is x1, and my y1 is 6. So my y1 is 6, the slope is 3, and my x1 is 5. Now again, distribute with 3 inside, you will get 3x minus 15 this side. That side is y minus 6. Now add both sides 6 to cancel this. Therefore, y is equals to 3x, and the negative minus 15 plus 6 is negative 9. So this is my answer. Okay. So for 18, let me do 18 somewhere here. Find a linear equation whose graph passes through that. Okay, so again the same problem like part A here, right? So practice is x1, y1, x2, y2. So first write down the formula we are going to use. So let us find m first. M is given by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Plugging those values will give you 5 minus 2 over 2 minus 4. So make sure that you are putting parentheses. So simplify this. This is 3 over 6, which is half. It is my slope. Therefore, the formula is y minus y1 is 2. Slope is half. X minus my x1 is negative 4. So that is half, and minus into minus plus is 2. So now distribute with half will give you half x plus half times 4 is 2, right? Okay. So could you simplify this? So you will get half x minus 2 will be plus 2, so it is 4. Okay. Number 19, part A. Use the data given to find the line of best fit. So you are given X and Y values. So we are going to find the best fitted line for this. Okay, so you could feed these two values into your calculator and find the estimated value of A and B. If you have equation AX plus B, now we are going to estimate these two, right? By looking at the given point. Okay, so first let us feed the data values. So let me clear this first. Okay, so um, I'm entering my X values into L1 column and Y values into L2 columns on the calculator. So my L1 so is X. Let us enter all the X values. So 5 to 13, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay. So now let us enter our y value. So first value is 4 and then second one is negative 2. So negative 2 and the third one is 8, 7, 10, 11 and again negative 2. So negative 2, 5 and 7. Okay. So I have entered all the data values. Okay. So now we are going to find the best fitted line. So go to stat calculation. We are going to find the linear regression ax plus b, so number 4, select that and enter. So you will get the estimated value for a and b. So I got my estimated value for a and b are for a it is for a so this is my formula. So I got my a value is 0.283 and I got my B value as 2.78. So therefore, plugging these two values into your model formula, you will get the best fitting line, which has 0.283x plus B is 2.78, right? Simply plugging A and B value into your formula. Okay. So this is about part A, right? So best fitting line. Now part B, they are asking us to find the quadratic equation of best fit. So the quadratic best fit. Okay. So the quadratic again, I'll use the same data values, but now you need to find the regression for the quadratic. So which is the number 5. Okay. Now you will get three values. Remember, the quadratic formula is given by ax squared plus bx plus c. So you need to have a three coefficient there. That is why you have a three estimation, right? Three estimations. So write it down all three values. So then you will get. So my a is negative 0.24, and I got b as 4.67, and my c is negative 15.32. Am I right? So let us check that. Negative 15.32. Yes. Therefore, my equation line, the quadratic is y is equal ax squared plus bx plus c. So my a is now negative 0.24. Then x squared plus b is now 4.67 times x plus my c is now negative 15.32. So that is y is equals negative 0.24 x squared plus 4.67x and plus into minus will be a minus 15.32. So this is quadratic best fit. Okay. Okay. 20. Kenya is considering two satellite TV systems. The global communications charges $240 for installation and after that 35 per month. The world communications charges 350 for installation and then 28 per month. After how many months will world communication be the better buy? That means they are indirectly asking you to find even breakpoint. Yeah. So even breakpoints. So find the balance point. So how do you find even breakpoint? First, you need to set up, the model for these two. Okay. So the money we have to pay for X month, let us calculate for the global communication. Okay. For the global communication, if my Y is the money we pay after X month, so it is going to be 240 we need to pay for the installation fees. Then every month you have to pay how much, $35. But suppose if you consider for X of months, so it is the total money you have to pay, right? In similar way, if you make for the bulk communication, right, there my total, the money payment after X month is 350 plus 28 per month times X. Now equate these two and find the X value, which is going to be your break-even point. So from that point onwards, you will have a better um, the payment, for the world communication. So basically, so you just equate these two. Okay. So if you equate these two, you will get what? Simply 240 plus 35x. Just equate to this number. That is 350 plus 28x. What is my task? My task is to find number of month. Okay. So here x stand for the number of month. So y stand for the total cost. So simply we are asked to find x. So I'm solving for x. So that is 35x. So move 28 to another side. So it is negative 28x. This side is 350. Then subtract 240. Okay. So then 35 minus 28 is going to be, oh sorry, it is 7x. That is equals to 110. Yeah, 4x is 110 over 7. 110 over 7. So now what is that? So we will simplify that. Which is 15.7. That means what? That means after 15.7 months, the world communication should be better. Okay. So this is 15.7 months. Okay. 21. Construct an Euler diagram for the following syllogism and state whether it is valid or invalid. So you are given three, statements. So first, all humans are mortal. So if you look at the first one, remember we did in the class. First, we had to make two circles. With the one is subset of another. So I'm drawing the two circles. So the big one is going to be, the second object, which is a mortal. So all humans are mortal. So this is the picture for the first statement. The second statement says that Jerry is a human. So Jerry should come inside. Right. So now look at the third one. Therefore, Jerry is not mortal. If Jerry is not mortal, the point is supposed to be outside of mortal set, but my diagram contradicts to that statement. Therefore, this is going to be invalid, right? Okay, that is invalid. Okay, 22. Solve the quadratic equation. So you have to use the quadratic equations formula. Suppose if you are given quadratic equations ax squared plus bx plus c, which is 0, then we know the formula for the solution. X is given by minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a, right? So I'm going to use this formula. So you need to figure out a, b, and c for each problem. Okay, my first problem, part A is minus 2x squared plus x plus 3, which is 0. So here my A is negative 2, my B is 1, B is simply the coefficient of x, which is 1, right? And C is 3. So simply plugging all three values into your formula and solve for x. So therefore my x is a negative b is 1, plus or minus square root b squared minus 4a. My a is now negative 2a times c is 3. Okay, then this all over 2 times a is again negative 2. Simply plug in these values. Now you have to simplify this. This is negative 1 plus or minus. What is the answer I will get inside the square root? 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, plus 24 plus 1 is 25. Yeah, good number. You could take the square root, right? So the denominator is negative 4. So that is simply negative 1 plus or minus square root 25 is just 5 over negative 4. Now if you consider only plus sign, then you will get your x answer as only take the plus sign here, which is minus 1 plus 5 over negative 4. Minus 1 plus 5 is plus 4 over negative 4, which is negative 1. Okay. So this is one answer for my quadratic equation. The second answer, take the negative sign now. That is my x is now negative 1, negative 5 over negative 4. This is negative 6 over negative 4. So if you simplify this, this is 1.5, right? Or 3 over 2. These are the two solutions for this quadratic equation, right? Okay. Now the second one, part B, given equation is x squared plus 2x or plus, x squared minus, x squared minus 3x, x squared minus, x squared plus 2x minus 3, which is 0. Now here a is 1, b is 2, and c is negative 3. So therefore my x is, I'm using the formula, so minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4 a is 1 and c is negative 3 over 2a, a is 1. Simplify this will give you 2 squared is 4, so you will get 16 inside, okay? That is 2. Therefore x minus 2 plus or minus square root 16 is 4 over 2. Then if you take the positive, you will get negative 2 plus 4, x is equal to negative 2 plus 4 over 2, which is 2 over 2, that is 1. So if you get negative sign, so your x is going to be negative 2, negative 4 over 2, that is negative 6 over 2, that is negative 3, right? So this is my another solution. Therefore, two solutions are 1 and negative 3. Well, 23. Solve the system of linear equations by elimination methods. Okay, so let us do the first one. So you are given two system of equations. The first one is 2x minus y, which is 10, and negative x plus 2y, which is negative 5. So first of all, you need to solve for one variable, right? So let us multiply. Let us multiply. Let me recall this as 1 and 2. So let us multiply the equation 2 by 2. I'm simply multiplying by 2. So that means this is going to be negative 2x plus 4y is negative 10. Okay, so this is my equation 3. So now I'm going to add these two equations, number 1 and 3. Okay, so I'm going to add number 1 and 3. Simply add and put here. So when you add these two, 2x plus negative 2x gone, cancelled. So you will get simply negative y plus 4y. That side, when you add these two numbers, negative 10 and 10, which is 0. Okay, so then what is your answer? So that is a 5 of not 3y. So negative y plus 4y is that is 3y is 0, so y is 0. Okay. Once you know y, go back and replace y by 0 or from 1 or 2, you will get the x answer. Therefore, I'm using number 1. Equation 1 says 2x minus y is 10, but I don't know y answer. Plug in 0 here, you will find out the x value. So that means 2x is 10, therefore x is 10 over 2. That is 5, right? Therefore, solutions x is 5 and y is 0. Okay. Okay. Part B. 3x minus 9y is 6. Equation number 1. And negative x plus 3y is negative 2. So if you look at the equation number 1, so you could simplify equation number 1 by dividing by 3 everywhere. Okay. So if you divide by 3, your equation number 1 will be 3 over 3, which is x, right? Then minus 9 over 3 is 3, but negative is x, 6 over 3 is 2. So if you look at this equation and the second one, right? So these two are similar equations, right? Because once you multiply this by negative sign, you will get this guy, right? Right. That means what? That means both of the equations are similar equations, same equations, right? So if you have same equations, you don't have some other equation to solve for x and y. If you have two variables, you have to have two independent equations. Now you have only one equation because these two are similar. Therefore, you will not find the particular x and y. Therefore, you will get infinitely many solutions for that. Okay. Since these two have same equations, we have infinite many solutions. Plenty of answers we will have. So it is the answer for that problem. Okay. Okay. So then 24. Find the vertex of the parabola given by the following equation. So you are asked to find the vertex of parabola, right? So the first one is y is equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 4. Remember, to find the vertex, first of all, you need to use this formula. The x coordinate of the vertex point is given by negative b over 2a, where a is the coefficient of x squared, which is 2, and b is 8, and c is 4. So first, to find the x coordinate of the vertex, so simply plug in these values. So my b is 8, 2 times a is 2. So if you simplify, you will get negative 8 over 4, which is negative 2. So this is the x coordinate of the vertex. Once you know x coordinate, right? So that is negative 2. X is negative 2. Plugging this negative 2 into your original equation, then you will find the y coordinate of the vertex. So the y coordinate is simply 2 times, so plugging x negative 2 here, which is negative 2 squared plus 8 times negative 2 and plus 4. Okay, and simplify this. So negative 2 squared is positive 4. 4 times 2 is 8. This is minus 16 and plus 4. So this will give you a negative 4, right? Negative 4. Therefore, your coordinate of the vertex coordinate is going to be negative 2 and negative 4. Okay. So for part B, you are given equation is y is equal of 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. Again, we are finding the vertex, so the x coordinate is minus b over 2a. So here is the x coefficient, x squared coefficient is 4, and b, x coefficient is negative 8, and c is 4. Now plugging a and b values here, you will get negative of b is now negative 8 over 2 times my a is now 4, right? Simplify this one, which is 8 over 8, that is 1. Once you know x coordinate, go back and plugging and finding y coordinate is 1 squared and minus 8 times 2 plus 4. That is 4 minus 16 plus 4, right? So what is that? Oh, I'm doing correctly. So what is my oh, x is 1, right? Why I am plugging 2? Correct. So x is 1. So that is 4 minus 8 plus 4 will give you 0. Therefore, the vertex coordinate for this problem is 1, 0. Okay, question number 25. Which of the following points does not lie on the graph of y is to the summand to the power x? So you have to simply plugging x values into your formula and check whether you are getting y value, right? Okay, so if x is 2, plugging 2 here, so 7 to the power 2, right? 7 to the power 2, this should give you y value. Yes, 49, coming correctly. Yes, this is lying on the point, on the graph, on the curve. So now here x is 1, right? This is x coordinate and this is y coordinate. So plugging 1 here for x, 7 to the power of 1. Yes, that is 7. So you are getting correctly y value. Now here plugging x negative 1 into your formula. So 7 to the power negative 1. So if you evaluate this one, you should get 1 over 7 in your 1 over 7, right? But here you have 7, therefore this is not correct y value. So this is not going to be on the curve. The last one, 7, my x is now 3. So 7 to the power 3, yes, of course, 343 coming correctly. So these all points, 3 points are going to be on the line, except on the curve, except the third one. Therefore, the answer is C. Okay. Yeah, for similar way, you could do 26 also. So for the 26, my x value is 1. So plugging 1 here, so it is giving 11 to the power 1. Yes, which is 11. I'm getting correctly. Here, my x value is 0. So 11 to the power 0. Any number power 0 is 1. Yes, I'm correctly 1. And the third one, 11 to the power 2. That is 121, not 22. So this is not correct value. So it is not going to be on the curve. This one is my x is 3, so 11 to the power 3, yes, it is 1331. Therefore, the correct answer is C again. Okay. Okay. Now the 27 is the formula for the accumulated amount of an investment is given by, so A is equals P to the P plus R over N to the power N times t. This is compound interest formula, right? P is the principal amount, R is the interest rate, N is the how often you uh, calculate in a year, okay, and T is number of years. So if you read the problem, um, the investing amount is 2600, therefore P is 2600, and the rate interest rate R is 5.2 percentage. In number this is 0.052, and how many years we are going to calculate? 5 years. Simply plugging this to find what the accumulated amount, right? The accumulated amount A is given by P is now 2600 times 1 plus R is 0.052 over N is now, okay, what is N here? Okay, you are calculating investing with the quarterly compounding, so it is quarter in a year, therefore it is a 4. 4 times you are calculating, so it is 4 times number of years is 5. Simply take your calculator and find this value. So this should be into decimal place. You should get 3366.37. Okay, so this is the accumulated amount you will get after 5 years. 28. The formula A is equals P times e to the power t, e to the power rt gives the accumulated amount A of an investment when P is the initial investment, R is the annual interest rate, and the T is the time in years. We are assuming the compounding you are doing continuously, right? For an initial investment of 4,000, compounded continuously on 3.2 percentage, how many years will it take to get the accumulations of 1,000? Indirectly, they are asking us to find the value of T, right? Okay, so therefore, first let us write the formula. So A is equals P times e to the power RT. You know the initial amount P is 4,000 according to the problem, and the R is 3.2 percentage. So that is 0.032. Now you don't know T, that is the question, but you know the accumulation amount, which is 7,000. To get 7,000, how many years do you have to wait? That is the question, typical. Okay, so I'm using this formula and I'm finding T now. So A is now 7,000, B is 4,000 times E to the power R is 0.032. I don't know T. Okay, so we need to solve for T. First, let's get rid of this 4,000 by dividing 4,000 both sides. So this will be cancelled. So if you simplify this will be 7 over 4. That is e to the power 0.032t. Remember, we did the same problem in the class, so you need to get rid of e by taking ln both sides. So ln of 7 over 4 should be equals to, if you take ln to the e to the power, this e will go away, so you will get just simply 0.032t. Okay, since we are finding t, I'm dividing by 0.032 both sides. Therefore, t is ln 7 over 4 over 0.032. Take your calculator and simplify this value. So this will give you 17.5. That means what? That means you need to wait 17.5 years to get 7,000 once you invest 4,000 in this rate. Okay? Therefore, my answer is 17.5 years. Part A. The rock climbing club has 20 members. If the club wants to select a president, vice president, secretary, and historian and treasurer, how many ways can this be done? Remember, now you are giving a rank, therefore order is important. So how many people we have to choose? We have to choose 5 people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 among those 20. Therefore, the number of ways you could use is order is important. So you have to use the permutation formula 20p5, 10, 20p5, or that should be 1860 or 80. So let me confirm that answer. So go to math, PRB. Oh, sorry. First, we need to type the number 20, right? 20. Then go to math and the PRB and NPR I'm using. Now I need to type 5 here. So that is 20p5, 1860 or 80. Yes, correct. Okay. So this much ways we have to select those 5 from 20. So this is part A. So part B is the research director at NASA must choose 4 experiments for the next space shuttle of 12 experiments are proposed. In how many ways can this be done? So now they don't talk about, they are arranging something. Simply they choose 4 from 12. Therefore, this is the combination. So which is 12 choose 4. So this should be 495. Please check. Number 30. If a single card drawn from a standard 52 card deck, find the probability that we select a red non-face card. Red non-face card. How many red non-face cards are there? The probability of red non-face. So if you look at, so there are 20 of them, right? Red means diamond and hearts. There are 26. Among 26, there are 6 face cards. Therefore, the remaining 20 are non-face out of 52. So if you simplify, this is 5 over 13, right? Now, the probability of you are choosing a card, that card should be heart or jack. Okay. Now you have 2 events here. This is your event E. This is your event F. You are using or U, right? Union. Remember, we have the formula for the union. PE union F is given by what? PE plus PF. Then you need to subtract the overlap region. We had this formula. Please check your notes. So here event E is getting heart and event F is getting jack. Okay, ask yourself, what is the event of PE getting heart? How many hearts there in card pack? There are 13 of them out of 52, right? Plus the event F, how many jacks? Okay, jacks. You have, 4 of them. Each variety has 1 jack, so it is 4. Then subtract the overlap. You are choosing a card. That card should be heart with jack. You will find only one such a card. So it is 1 over 52. So if you simplify, 13 plus 4 is 17. 17 minus 1 is 16. So it is 16 over 52. That is 4 over 13, right? Okay. Question number 31. If a coin is tossed 4 times, what is the probability of following? So the probability of getting exactly 4 heads. So exactly 4 heads. So you are tossing 4 times, right? Therefore, the total number of ways is what? Only one way you could be doing. You could be, done this. So it is 1 out of how many total my sample space has now? To the power 4, right? Because you are tossing 4 times. Each time you have 2 options, 2 outcomes. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 4, which is 2 to the power 4. So that should be 16, right? For part B, among all 4, you need to get 3 chairs, right? Among 4. Therefore, the number of outcomes, so you have to choose, you know, exactly three childs out of four is now four. Choose three ways you could make, this event happen out of 16 again. So take your calculator and simplify. The 4 choose 3 is 4. This would be 4 over 16, which is 1/4. Okay. Okay. 32. If automobile license plates consist of two letters, so you need to choose two letters followed by six digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in how many ways you could do this if the repetitions are allowed? So I have two letters followed by six numbers. Therefore, this is 26. 26 ways. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. So simply multiply these all out to get the total number of ways. So simply multiply. So this would get 676 million. Okay, it is 32. Move to 33. If automobile license plates consist of one letter followed by five digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many different ways are possible if you are allowed repetition? Now here 26, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. So it is just simply multiply. So it is 26 five zeros. Okay. The height in feet of a projectile can be approximated over time t in seconds using the formula. So you are given the height formulas, right? When you throw an object, the height is given by negative 16 t squared plus 150 t. T is the time taken for the object at that particular instance. Now the first one, part A, is what? Find the maximum height of the projectile. So if you draw the picture of these, remember we did in the class, when t is 0, so this is height and this is time. When t is 0, if you plug in t0, your corresponding height is 0. That means your graph starting here and you are hitting something and going all the way like that. Now the highest point will be nothing but this is the height, the maximum height your object will attain. That is basically my y distance. This is y, right? Y coordinate. The y distance, the y coordinate of your vertex point. So this is simply vertex. So that means the maximum height of this projectile is nothing but the y coordinate of your vertex. Okay. That means simply they are asking you to find the y coordinate of the vertex. You know the formula. So the x coordinate of the vertex is given by negative b over 2a. Then find that t value and replace by that t to find h. Okay. So let us find the a is the corresponding number in front of t squared, which is negative 16, and my b is 115. So if we plug in these two values here, I will get t as negative 150 over 2 times a. My a is now negative 16. So that is 150 over 32. So simplify this one, 150 over 32 will be 4.7 roughly. Now this is the time, x coordinate. So but we need to find the y coordinate to find the maximum height. Therefore the y coordinate is simply my height, that is replace t by 4.7 into your original and find the corresponding height. So that is negative 16 times 4.7 squared and plus 150 times 4.7. Now take your calculator and simplify. So this is the maximum height. Okay, this is maximum height. So if you simplify correctly, you should get 351.56 feet. This is the height, maximum height of the object. Okay. So for part B, approximate the duration of the object flight to the nearest tenth of the second. Okay, so how much time it took to reach the ground? That's the question. So you need to find this distance. Remember, the x coordinate of the vertex already we found, which is 4.7. That means this is 4.7. This picture is symmetric about this axis, so therefore this side also should be 4.7. Therefore, the total time taken is given by simply here to here. So it is 4.7 times 2 or 4.7 plus 4.7. So which is 9.4 seconds. Okay. The chart below shows the Blue Cross spending in Georgia in billions of dollars for the year 2000, right, and all the way up to 2009. Use your TI graphing calculator to find the regression equation for the Okay, question number 35. The chart below shows the Blue Cross spending in Georgia in billions of dollars for the year 2000, 2002, 4, 7, and 9. Use your TI graphing calculator to find the regression equation for the line of best fit for the relationship between time and the money. Okay, so this is actually the time. If you want, you could call this as the x. This is the time. This is the money spending. Okay, so the question is now you need to find the best fitting. So remember the formula, you have to use ax plus b, and the best fitting line is given by y is equal to ax plus b. Okay, so the question is now use this regression equation to predict the blue crossing spending in Georgia for 2015. First of all, we will figure out the best fit line. Then after that, we will estimate, the spending. Okay. So first task is to feed these data values into your calculator. So there is need to go to stats, edit. So remember we did same problem we did earlier. So you need to clear first these two columns. Okay. So my x value is 0, 2, 4, 7, and 9, and my y values are 2.5, 3.7, 3.69, or 3.73, and 3.9. Okay. Now we need to find the linear regression best fitting line. So I'm going to stats and calculation, right? So I need to go to the calculation bar, the second one, and the linear regression, right? It will give you the A. So the A is a 0.118 and B is 2.98. So therefore my best fitting line is going to be y is equals um, 0.118x plus b. B is 2.98. Okay. Now use this best fitting line to find the y value. This is my spending unit and this is the year, the time. They are asking us to calculate in the spending in 2015. Therefore my x is now 15. So now plug in 15 for x and you will get the corresponding y is plug in 15 for x. So simplify this one and we should get 4.75 billion, right? So because it's all given in billion dollars. Okay. So this is my answer. Okay, 36. John sold 200 tickets to a concert for 1375. If the price of a student ticket was 5 and the price of an adult ticket was 10, how many adult tickets did Johnson sell? Let X be the number of um, student tickets, and let Y be the number of adults. If this is the case, then you could write down the given information in terms of equations, right? So in total, John selling 200 tickets, therefore X plus Y is supposed to be 200. And one student ticket costs 5, so for X students, it should be 5X. And one adult ticket costs 10, so for Y adults, it is 10Y. So this is the total money he got after selling the ticket, which is 1375. Okay. So I have formulated two equations here, and my task is to find the number of adults, right? That is the question. That means we need to find the y value. Okay, so I'm going to use the elimination method to solve this system of equations. So I need to get rid of x here. So for that reason, I'm just multiplying this by -5. So if you multiply by -5, you will get negative 5x, and the negative 5y is equals negative 5 times 200 is negative 1000. So now this is my equation 3. Now if we add these two equations, when you add, these two will be cancelled, so you will get 5y when you add these two, and 1375 subtract 1000 is going to be just 375. Okay, therefore my y answer is 375 divided by 5, that is 75, right? Therefore, we need to have 75 edges. My answer. Okay, let me do question number 37 somewhere here. Part A. If x varies directly r, right? That means this is direct proportion problem. So x varies direct means you could write the equation x is equals kr, right? So the given information is what? X is 16 when r is 4. Find r when x is 25. So let us figure out first k. So when x is 16, r is 4. Plugging those two values here. When x is 16, r is 4. So I'm plugging x16 and r4 and solving for k. So I'm finding just first k. So k is 16 over 4 is 4. So k is 4, right? Once you know k, go back to your equation and replace k by 4. Therefore, your equation x is equals now 4 times r. Now use this formula to find out your unknown. So the next one is you need to find r when x is 25. So plugging x 25 and solve for r. So you are asked to find r. So I'm dividing by 4. Therefore, my r is 25 over 4. Okay, r is 25 over 4. So that is my first part. The second part, x varies inversely as y. So if it is inverse proportions, then that should be k over the variable y. So now again use the first piece of information to find the k. So when y is 4, x is 20. So when y is 4, x is 20. Okay. So that means my k should be, if you cross multiply, you will find k. So k is 4 times 20, which is 80. Once you know k, go back to your equation and replace k by 80. So that means our equation is now x is equals, 80, 80 over y. Now use this equation to find what? To find y when x is 25. So when x is 25, So I'm finding basically y. So you know x is 25. So therefore your y should be 80 over y. Now cross multiply and find y. So when you cross multiply, 25y should be 80. Therefore divide by 25 both sides. Therefore my y is 80 over 25. So that is, could you simplify? 80 over 25. So that should be 60 over 5, right? That is 3.2. Question number 38. How many ways can a five card poker hand consist of? The first part, the black, all should be black, right? So you are choosing five from, all the black. In how many ways this could be done? Therefore, remember in card pack there are 26 black, right? Spades are clubs, spades and clubs. So it is 26. So I need to know, you are choosing five at a time. Therefore, the number of ways you could choose black is 26. Choose five. Okay. So if you find this, that is 65. Okay. This much ways I have. Part B. So face card. So you have to choose five. All of five should be face. Remember, face cards are how many face cards in card pack? For each variety, you have three: king, queen, and jack. So there are four varieties. So four times three, which is 12 face cards. So in total, there are 12 face cards. So you are choosing five at a time. So it is 12 choose five. That is 792. Okay. Construct an Euler diagram for the following syllogism and state whether it is valid or invalid. So you have the similar formula here. Okay, so all dogs love bones. So you have two sets here objects. So I'm setting two objects, and the bones should be outside, and the dogs is set. By Rex doesn't love bones, so that means Rex will be outside of bone. Therefore, Rex is not a dog. Yes, Rex is outside of dog set. Therefore, this makes sense. So it is valid. So just submit. Okay, watching, watching. This is about the conditional probabilities. Recall the conditional probabilities formula we learned. The conditional probability of any event F, right? Given condition E is simply the number of ways you could find from the events overlap, then divide by number of events E. Okay, so I'm using this formula for both parts. So the first thing is find the conditional probability of drawing a king given a face card was drawn first. So the probability of choosing king in second time, you have already chosen given condition is face is already taken out. Remember, this is my event F, this is my event E. So if you use the formula that says that it is N, F intersection E, so that means you need to choose a card that should be king and at the same time it should be face card. Okay. Over N of E, my event E is now getting a face card. Okay. So ask yourself how many cards you could choose in this way. King at the same time it should be face. Remember, for each variety has one king with face. Of course, king card is also face cards. So only one possibility for one variety. There are four varieties, therefore you will have four options. So if you look at the face card, how many face cards there are? Of course, three from each variety. So you have four varieties. So four times three, which is 12. So which is 4 over 12. Yes, that is one third. Okay. For part B, you are asked to find the probability of choosing number 6 given that you have already chosen spade at first. now this is my event F and this is my event E. So this is F intersection E over NE. Okay. So you are choosing one card that should be 6 and spade. For from spade variety, you have only one 6, right? Over the number of ways you could choose spade. So there are 13 spades. So it is 1 over 13. Okay. So we are in last problem. 41. Problem number 41. Let's P be the statement you eat breakfast, Q be the statement you need coffee, and R be the statement you will pass the test. Write the verbal translation of that. Okay, so that is okay. The negation of P. So the P is you eat breakfast. So the negation of that. Remember, you are using the conditional first, right? So if you do not eat breakfast, that is this. Then statement Q, you need coffee. Okay. And negation of R, that means you will not pass the test, right? Okay, that's it.